Wirtz shocked Real Madrid. Pogba has a new club. Man United is ready to offload a player just 3 months after signing him. And Guardiola has already found Rodri's replacement. All that right now. Let's go. Paul Pogba to Marseille? This is huge. After everything, the doping ban, the public humiliation, the endless questions about his future, Pogba is on the verge of a lifeline. And it's not in Saudi, it's not in the MLS, it's in Marseille. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Pogba, the man who's been torn apart for months, might just rise again. A 4-year suspension. Reduced to 18 months. He's still got to serve his time, but in January, he's back on the training pitch, back in his element. The headlines write themselves. Pogba's entire future looked dead, but now he's so close to getting his career back. Didier Deschamps, France's own coach, is thrilled. The light is shining once again. It's excellent news that he'll be able to play in March. You can feel the relief in Deschamps' voice. But is it enough? Can Pogba really make it back to the top? Here's the thing, Pogba needs to stay in Europe. He has to. This isn't about money anymore. It's about pride, rebuilding. Marseille is exactly where Pogba can remind everyone just how great he can be. He's got to show up, prove he still belongs in the elite. Let's not forget, Saudi was dangling massive offers last summer, but Pogba? He's made for more than cash grabs. He's got a legacy to fight for. But will he have the courage to stay in Marseille and finish what he started? Or will he disappear into the shadows, chasing a paycheck abroad? Joshua Zirkzee, already on the verge of an exit? It feels impossible, right? Just months ago, he walked into Old Trafford as the next big hope. A £36.5 million signing we all thought could change our season. He even gave us a glimpse of brilliance with that match-winning goal against Fulham. What a moment that was. But now we're staring at a nightmare. 10 games later, only 1 goal. And it's painful, heartbreaking. How did it all unravel so fast? The whispers, the rumours, they're growing louder every day. Is this Romelu Lukaku all over again? It's starting to feel like it. Remember how Lukaku couldn't find his rhythm at United and had to escape to Italy. Zirkzee might be headed the same way, with AC Milan, Juventus and Roma all hovering like vultures, waiting to pounce. January's approaching, and with every match, it looks more and more like Zirkzee's time is running out. How did it come to this? This was supposed to be a dream move, but here we are, watching a young talent crumble under the weight of the Premier League. His confidence shattered, his chances slipping away. It's unbearable. In my opinion, Zirkzee just isn't built for the chaos of English football. He needs more time on the ball, a slower pace. Italy would be perfect for him. Still, it's frustrating to watch another expensive signing fall through. How much more mental anguish can we endure? Is it really time to let him go? Manchester City desperately need a saviour in midfield after Rodri's devastating injury. And guess who's in their sights? Martin Zubimendi. The 25-year-old Basque wizard who just rejected Liverpool in the summer could be City's only hope. But is he really ready for the unrelenting pace and intensity of the Premier League? Rodri's absence has hit City like a hammer blow. Guardiola's tried every option. Kovacic, Nunez, even Gundogan, but none have filled the enormous gap. Zubimendi, though, this man could be the one. He's the heartbeat of Real Sociedad, a midfield general for Spain, orchestrating every play, breaking up attacks, and dictating the tempo like a maestro. He's the calm in the storm City's been missing. But here's where the stakes get unbelievably high. His €60 million release clause. City are ready to dive in, no hesitation. But hold on, this guy already said no to Liverpool. Is he nervous about the Premier League's brutal tempo? Is he afraid of leaving the sunny comforts of Spain behind? Can you imagine if he snubs City too? Pep Guardiola himself might not be able to persuade him. If City can actually pull this off in January, it could completely transform their season. Zubimendi's exactly the kind of player to step into Rodri's shoes. He's got the intelligence, the vision, the grit to dominate that midfield. The price? Forget it. For City, it's a no-brainer. But the million-euro question remains. Will Zubimendi finally make the leap? Or will he leave Manchester City in the dust like he did Liverpool? Tell me, can City pull this off, or will they be left broken-hearted? Let's hear your take. A cold, gnawing emptiness. That's what it feels like to be a Manchester United supporter these days. 3 games. 3 games without a goal. We're forced to watch as the legacy of this club is dragged through the mud, our history, our pride, reduced to a laughingstock. 8 points from 7 games. Negative goal difference. These aren't just statistics, they're indictments. Indictments of a manager out of his depth, a boardroom asleep at the wheel, and players who wouldn't recognize passion if it slapped them across their handsomely paid faces. Ten Hag. The great hope, the tactical genius. Don't make me laugh. Where's the revolution? Where's the free-flowing football, the relentless pressing, the avalanche of goals? All I see is a pale imitation. A team devoid of creativity, fight, and most damningly, any semblance of a plan. And now the rumours start swirling. Southgate? The man who sends even the most ardent England fan to sleep? Zidane? A glamorous name, yes, but a relic of a bygone era. These are not solutions, they're panicked attempts to put a band-aid on a gaping wound. Let's be brutally honest, Ten Hag is finished. He's a dead man walking. Another month, another embarrassing defeat, and he'll be out, cast aside like so many before him. 3 years is an eternity in football, and he's had more than enough time to prove himself. The Glazers, those vultures, will have no choice but to act. The Glazers, the architects of this mess, content to sit back and count their millions while club burns to the ground. Their legacy will forever be tarnished by this shameful period. Manchester United, once a byword for attacking brilliance, now synonymous with mediocrity. The theatre of dreams has become a graveyard of ambition. How much more suffering is needed? How much longer until we see a glimmer of hope, a reason to believe again? Let me know if you can stomach it in the comments below. Jamal Musiala is on the verge of securing one of the biggest contracts in football, and Bayern Munich, they're practically throwing money at him. A €25 million per year deal, that's triple what he's making now. And why? Because Real Madrid and Man City have been lurking in the shadows, and Bayern are terrified of losing him. You can almost see the desperation. But here's the kicker, Musiala. He hasn't said a word, not a single comment. He's just sitting back, watching Bayern twist themselves into knots. And why not? He's 21. He's already one of their most important players. And now, they're ready to make him the highest paid in the squad. That's some serious power for someone so young. Can you imagine the pressure Bayern's under? Madrid, City, they'll still be there in a few years. Musiala doesn't need to jump ship right now. Staying at Bayern means getting everything, money, titles, and top billing in one of Europe's biggest clubs. What more could he possibly want? He can bide his time, rack up trophies, and then, when he's ready, make the move. It's not like Madrid or City will forget about him. But Bayern, they're sweating. They know they either lock him down now or risk losing him for a bargain later. Musiala holds all the cards, and he's playing them perfectly. This whole saga could shift in a heartbeat, but right now, it looks like Bayern's about to hand over the keys to the kingdom. What do you think? Is Musiala making the right move, or is he dragging this out for a bigger payday? Let's hear it. Florian Wirtz, the absolute gem of Bayer Leverkusen, is setting his sights on the big bad Bayern Munich. I'm shook, I tell ya. Now listen up, because this is where it gets juicy. Word on the street is that Wirtz is giving the cold shoulder to some of the biggest names in football. Real Madrid? Nah. Manchester City? Pff. This lad's got his heart set on staying in Germany. Can you blame him? Home is where the heart is, am I right? But here's the thing that's got me sweating bullets. The price tag. We're talking a cool €100 million, maybe even €150 million. That's not just breaking the bank, that's obliterating it. Are Bayern gonna cough up that kind of dough? I'm on the edge of my seat here. Now, I gotta say, I'm a bit worried for the other clubs in this race. I mean, how do you compete with Bayern's pull? And get this, no official talks have gone down yet. It's all hush-hush, under-the-table stuff. But you know how it goes in football. Where there's smoke, there's a blazing inferno. Oh man, can you imagine Wirtz linking up with Musiala at Bayern? That's the kind of stuff that keeps opposing managers up at night. But here's what's really grinding my gears, the tension between Bayern and Leverkusen. After all that drama last summer, how's this gonna play out? Listen, I gotta say, I think Wirtz is playing it smart here. Staying in the Bundesliga? That's a power move if I've ever seen one. And if Bayern manages to keep Musiala around, oh boy, we're talking championship material right there. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is football and anything can happen. Remember when we all thought Mbappé was Madrid bound? Yeah, exactly. So what's your take on this, folks? Is Wirtz making the right call, or is he missing out on a chance to shine abroad? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I'm dying to know. Man, oh man, I can't wait to see how this all shakes out. Will Wirtz be donning the Bayern red next season, or will another club swoop in at the last minute? The suspense is killing me. Luis Enrique has ruined PSG's spark. This team, built to shine, now drags through games with no life. We were promised a rebirth, but what do we get? Dull football. No rhythm, no creativity, just endless, pointless possession. 70% of the time with the ball and nothing to show for it. How does that make sense with talents like Dembele and Bradley Barcola? PSG's first half, a snooze fest. They create nothing. The second half, barely better. Enrique's so obsessed with control that he'd rather kill a counter than take a risk. Seriously, what are we watching? This is supposed to be Paris Saint-Germain, not a training session. And the press conferences don't even start. Enrique shows no respect. Said he'd give half his salary to avoid talking to the media. Half his salary? Does this man even care about his image? How about earning that salary by putting out football that's actually worth watching? But the problem is deeper. It's in the club. How could the management be so clueless? Did they not know who they were hiring? This is classic Enrique. Rigid, inflexible, stuck in his ways. Did they really expect him to adapt? And now, here we are. 2 bad games, and suddenly it's panic mode. Of course it is. Luis Enrique has the lowest win percentage of any PSG coach since 2013. PSG smashed their first few games, and now it's falling apart. This is Paris. We're not here for possession stats, we're here for victories. But you know what? Enrique's not changing. He'll sink or swim, but don't expect anything different. Andrés Iniesta has walked off the pitch for the final time, in the only place fitting for such a moment, Barcelona. The city where he became more than a player, where he became a legend. And as the words left his mouth, you could feel the weight of it all. Tears streaming down his face, he said, "I never thought this day would come. I could never imagine it." You could hear his voice crack, the pride overwhelming him. These tears, they're not of sadness, they're from pride. The pride of a boy from Fuente Albila who dreamed of this life. But he never got that one last game in a Barca shirt. No final standing ovation from the crowd that loved him most. That hurts, doesn't it? Yet Iniesta didn't need it. His name is already etched into football's soul. And you know who couldn't stay quiet about it? Real Madrid. Yeah, even the eternal rivals couldn't help but pay their respects, calling his World Cup winning goal forever remembered by all Spanish fans. When your enemies bow down to you, you know you're untouchable. And then Messi, his brother on the field, spoke up. "One of the most magical mates I've ever played with," Messi said. "The ball will miss you, and so will we." That chemistry, that understanding, it's gone now. Heartbreaking. And even Pep Guardiola admitted he learned from Andrés, a coach, learning from a player. Think about that. So, when Iniesta revealed he's stepping into coaching, it wasn't a surprise. But here's the dream. Him on Barca's sidelines someday. There's no debating it. Iniesta is Spain's greatest gift to football. And though some say he retired when he left for Japan, the truth. Age never defined him. What he gave to the game will never fade.